Hello, everybody. Welcome to Resolve the Unsolved Forum initiated by Panisha EBIS Consulting. Today, we are on our 27th free webinar, and the topic is funding of MSMEs through the capital market. We had in the past, say 2 or 3 months, couple of sessions related to funding. And obviously, most of us know that a business or a firm can raise financial capital which they need for their projects in different ways. It can be through early stage funding, reinvesting the profits which they are making, borrowing obviously through banks and bonds by selling stocks. Capital market is a very, very important, and as we have been talking to Dr. Agnihotri, is also a highly focused and a growing segment to which the MSMEs are looking at present. And obviously, a very important and pertinent thought process or a query which goes through a promoter's mind is when they go for any investment or the certain parameters which should go through, they should be evaluating it. What are the risk elements which are to be considered? What are the costs involved? What are the controls which are relevant into it? Long-term versus short-term borrowing. So a lot of parameters have to be looked into. And we have been interacting with startups, existing businesses, and growing businesses day in, day out. And finances are a critical component of it. And we need to understand them in details. So today we had an opportunity and we have been discussing with Dr. Agnihotri in a couple of past few days. We are happy that he could manage some time from his busy schedule and join us for this session today. Welcome, Dr. Agnihotri, to the session.
Thank you, Sandeep.
Dr. Arun Agnihotri is a senior faculty member with Delhi University at the College of Vocational Studies. He has done his PhD on managing risk through options and futures, a case study of NSE. He specializes in international financial management, security analysis and portfolio management, derivatives and financial risk management. He has done groundbreaking work in PG projects and has supervised 256 scholars. And he has done 68 research papers and 26 paper presentations. Not only that, he has also contributed and authored 5 books. He has been guiding and mentoring various corporates throughout his career. To name a few, he has mentored IST Limited, Gurgaon Infospace Limited, ISC Steel and Power Limited, and he has been conducting regularly MDP sessions for middle and senior management across the country. Today, it will be a pleasure to hear from Dr. Agnihotri about his experiences, and obviously he will share with us how and what are the procedures to approach the capital market. Today, along with us, we also have Mr. Ravindra Goyal. Mr. Goyal, welcome to the session once more. Thanks. Mr. Goyal himself has been an entrepreneur for the last 26 years plus, having managed successfully a large business and has been training and facilitating young minds across India in various skill parameters. Today, he is also mentoring, I would say, 3 critical startups in the tech space. Not only that, he is involved with mentoring and guiding various growing organizations and working with them very closely. At the onset, I request Dr. Agnihotri to please share with us uh, why capital market is very important for MSMEs. And as we go forward, we will look forward to understanding how to approach it. And obviously, you are free to take on the session as you like. Dr. Agnihotri, please.
Thank you, Sandeep. So, as and when I complete my 5 minutes, the concerned persons can always ask the questions. Give it to Sandeep and then he can ask, and I will start listening in between also, not an issue on that count. The second part, I'm thankful to Sandeep and Ravin Goel Sahab that they given me an opportunity to speak in front of you. It is always pleasure interacting with Goel Sahab because whenever we meet, we get something new on the table to fulfill that. So this time when he said, I said, okay, sir, as your wish. Okay, last week itself, I said no. So I said, maybe this week at least I will do it because the last week I said, yeah, I was busy. Even today also, I will have again a meeting at
Not a problem.
5:30 and then 7. So before we move ahead, the first we need to know that why this MSME or SME IPO we are talking about and what is their importance. See that this SME, which is a orphan for the government. The government doesn't look after, only they talk. Even the associations, let it be the PhD Chamber of Commerce or CII, they also talk about the large companies only. They never come out. They will say many things, they will do the conference, etc., but they do not come to help to these companies. And these are the companies who are actually giving the profits to the banking sector also. Because when they get a loan around 14 to 15% and sometimes to 18%. And then it becomes difficult many a time for them if something goes wrong, they are not able to pay it back to these banks and they become the NPA for them. So where to go ultimately? That is what the problem. And post 2008 subprime crisis, it was thought that we should be having some alternate fund route for these MSMEs companies. So from there, the government and the SEBI has started thinking of that let us have a separate SME segment. Earlier to this, you must be knowing that it was the OTCEI, Over the Counter Exchange of India, a separate
Right.
exchange for these MSMEs and small companies. But that was not functioning well. So in order to bring this new system to the practice, it was thought of let us have some in the existing system of companies like MSMEs. So there have been SEBI has come out with a plan, and then they have made two allowed the BSE and NSE to have a separate segment, separate portal rather, for trading of the MSMEs companies, SME IPOs. Initially, the businessmen or the MSME owners were hesitant about that. They were not coming up well. Even I took some workshops on that in order to give awareness on behalf of the institutions. But now I will say that it is a encouraging sign that if you see the NSC and BSC segment, their upcoming IPOs list, you will find that every week or every month you are having 2, 3 at least IPOs and MSMEs are coming.
Okay.
So this will be a good opportunity, not only for the companies, for the investors also. If you can find out a good company in SME segment, you are getting a good amount of shares at a reasonable price. I will say reasonable price, not a cheap price. And from there, the company after 3 years can come to the main board and then the value unlocking and value discovery will start playing a major role. And then you will be a big beneficiary. However, because these are small companies, so you will always have a management risk in that. You will also have the uh, sometimes supply side and demand side problems in their business.
True.
But once they get the money, then they will be able to do good for us. And why the government and everybody is worried about MSME sector? Because they contribute 45% of the money, this manufactured output, and around 40% of the export that they do it. And they are the largest employment provider to the economy. So that, and they are not only concentrated to one segment, they are scattered to all. They are in IT, ITS, retail, education, entertainment, media, manufacturing, and even modern. You have Najara Technologies, which IPO is coming up, and there's lot many companies in this segment. Chemical everywhere. So this SEBI under its chapter 10A of
Hmm.
ICTR has come up with a regulation whereby companies can come up with their IPO on that. So rules has they have notified it. Now, why they cannot come to the main window? Why they cannot just come out with the normal companies? Why you need a separate MSME exchange,
Yeah.
SME portal? Why you need that? What is the uh, main issue behind that? A dedicated SME exchange will always provide SME with equity financing and opportunity to grow their business, because then you can go for the acquisition also and the expansion of business also, because then your value can be measured by way of shares. Otherwise, if a company is not listed, it is difficult to value that company, so that you do not get a proper valuation. So you can be acquired also, you can also acquire some other companies. So mergers and acquisition can take place. That's the first thing. It facilitates you the expansion of the investor base, and which will help the company to get secondary market equity financing. Now, secondary market, we all know that this is the stock market. And so in this particular market, private placement, private equity, that also can come up. And by this, you are also ensuring the MSMEs that they are not debt burdened. Because earlier to this, they have got only two options: either to have money from their own family and friends, or to go to the banks and financial institution who charge a higher interest rate. And because of that higher interest rate, they are not able to perform better, because the cost of production and cost of financing
Right.
goes up, so their revenue margins goes down. So that is why it is required that if they can come to the capital segment, capital market, that will help them to grow. So listing also gives them an opportunity whereby the venture capitalist who has invested into your company, say 3 years back or at the time of beginning, they're giving you the seed capital. It can give them the exit route also. They can also exit from after that IPO, offer for sale or otherwise they can exit. So you can give the SOPs to your employees. So they will be more aligned with you, where they will be more loyal with you, and they will be performing better. So that performance will be growing. Now the capital market will also allows you to risk efficiency, because you can transfer your risk on the head of the shareholders who can bear it. For example, if there is some company, small company, who has
Hmm.
started its business, who has taken entire capital by way of loan only,
Right.
whatever the margin will be, that will be very thin. So anytime something like subprime crisis, some recession comes to the economy, now this company will have a very tough time and go. You have very, we all have seen during the COVID-19, it is the
Yes.
SME sector who has been hit very badly, because they do not have that much cash backup to continue their operations for 3, 4, 5 months without getting the new money into the business. So that is why
True.
they were closed down. And even after closing down, now also many of, I know many companies, SMEs, who were not able to start till today. So not only the job losses has took place, but these companies are also out from the business. So that is also a loss to the economy. So if they
True.
have got the money by way of capital, equity capital, so if the market goes up and down, it is not hampering them. They will have the cash. In case they do not have a profit, they need not to pay any interest, etc. on that. Only the profit will be liable for the dividend. So that is what. this company can do it. So
True.
SEBI, May 18, 2010, has come up with a formal circular, and they said that okay, you can start up a SME platform, but disclosure norms were declared by the ICDR regulation and the SEBI regulation. Anyone who is interested in detail can go on the SEBI website, and just you type in SME IPO, these circulars will be opened. You can read it. So I'm not going in details of that at all. However, anyone wants to ask any question, I will be free to answer.
Great. Dr. Agnihotri, in fact, it was quite enriching, the parameters which you shared um, when you talked about the opportunities and the expanse which lies for companies which are coming up and the SME sector with the capital market. At this juncture, I'd like to bring in Mr. Goel. Mr. Goel, you have been and we have been interacting with various MSMEs in the last few months and a year. And everywhere we have been addressing issues regarding finance and funding opportunities and options. So at this juncture, what Mr. Dr. Agnihotri shared with us is quite innovative and interesting areas. What are your views with the capital market and how do you see it?
Thank you,
Because
Sandeep.
you have been an entrepreneur, you have been investing, so you will have a different perspective. Please.
Thank you, Sandeep, and I welcome everyone on this Resolve the Unsolved forum. And as Sandeep said, it is our 27th webinar training, and I welcome Dr. Agnihotri as well. Like in last, I must say that last 1.5 to 2 years, where we have been interacting with various people from different domains. There is a dire need of understanding the like fundraising basically as a concept. If probably I add on to what Dr. Agnihotri said, we call him Dr.
Sure.
always. So you see, the part is that now the problem comes not at the time when you need the fund. Basically, there is a problem of envisioning that when you'll be needing the fund, and if you start working at that point of time, so probably it is too late. So when
Yeah.
you start your business or probably when you're thinking of expansion, then that is the day when you have to start working on your financials. Now there are different which like probably Dr. Agnihotri said that you can go to an NBFC or a private lender or a bank or maybe look forward to this IPO segment. I also happen to discuss with the team for going for an IPO on this MSME, this SME segment. Now there are different issues like the probably Dr. Agnihotri will answer. I'm raising a question as well as an issue.
Yes.
Then when you raise an IPO as an probably MSME or a small company or a startup, so the bankers or the what you call the fund managers, they do not ensure you the funds will be collected or not, because ultimately the kind of promotion or the equity participation from various investors. So the guarantee is missing, I think, from what you call the people who manage your IPO. So they do not guarantee you the fund requirements what you have. Second, the kind of documents you need to prepare or the kind of documents you need to have, those are also becomes a hurdle, because every time you think from the perspective of the year closing, and then in the next after a couple of months, you think that we have to plan for IPO. So you are always fighting between the requirements of an required by the board, SME board, and your current crisis, or I must say current situations. So it has to be seen as a whole rather than thinking in bits and parts. The entrepreneur or the MSME segment has to think that if they are looking at it as a way to raise funds, they have to start thinking right away, and they have to correct their financials, they have to correct their manpower, they have to create their governance, they have to be compliant. So
Yes.
a lot of things are required. So it is not only about just thinking of an IPO and you are ready to go and you pay somebody 30-35 lakh rupees and you'll have 10 crore rupees in your bank account. I'm sorry, but that will probably be very unless you are prepared fully. It's like you prepare for a IIT JEE exam and somebody walks in, everybody knows what will happen.
No,
So
true,
it's
true.
required on every ground. And we have a learned man who has his own YouTube channel and guiding a lot of investors on various day-to-day trading in stocks, as well as he's a financial expert. So I welcome him once again, and I give it back to Sandeep for taking it further.
No, very important and pertinent question which you raised, Mr. Goel. The first, there is no commitment, which you are saying. There's an expense and there's a lot of paperwork.
Right.
Obviously, I have the pleasure of passing on the question to Dr. Agnihotri. He is the expert today. Please, Dr. Agnihotri, you have to unmute, please.
संदीप जी, गोयल साहब जी ने जो कहा, दैट इज एक्चुअल पेन है किसी भी बिजनेसमैन का हु बिलोंग्स टू एमएसएमई सेक्टर।
True.
पहली बात तो उसको भरोसा नहीं होता कि मुझे 10 करोड़ से लेके 25 करोड़ मिल जाएंगे, और दूसरी
Right.
बात जो पेपर वर्क की बात की है,
Right.
वो बड़ा समस्या होती है। व्हाई दैट प्रॉब्लम कम्स, actually most of the MSMEs are family owned businesses,
Absolutely.
and in family, whoever the karta of the family, all board and all director, everything keep aside, it is the karta who will say, and that will be followed by everyone.
Absolutely.
So paperwork is not there. So here, at least 1 year,
Mhm.
I always say, because I give these kind of consultancies, so I always say to the businessman, okay, dear sir, please do not hope that within 3 months you will get this money. It will take at least 1 year. Although this whole process, actual process take place of 120 to 150 days only, but this paperwork which I say, because that runs in more than 2 quarters. For example, आपने board meeting के minutes ही नहीं लिखे हुए। Now I need to, my team or somebody to whomsoever I hire as a merchant banker, he has to prepare those board minutes, and then he has to submit it to the ROC and etc. If you are a private limited company, then you need to be get converted to the public limited company, and that turnover is there or not. To qualify for the IPO, that turnover is also need to be created. So lot many things has to be done before coming to the IPO. So well, sir, I will talk to that in detail. So basically,
Right.
I suggest any company to come for IPO, even in the MSME sector. See, your first phase starts, which is the pre-seed funding opportunities. आपका पेड़ लगा नहीं है, बिजनेस स्टार्ट नहीं किया, लेकिन उससे पहले आपको पैसा चाहिए, because you need to have some plant, you need to have some building, you need to have some patent, etc. So for that purpose, you require the money. So nowadays, the government allows you to get yourself listed as a startup in the company under the Startup India, and you get the money. So by that, you can have start up your business in the beginning. So that will work as a pre-seed. Other than that, today angel investors are available. You can get money from that. Then the bank credit and your own personal finances. Then when this starts the business, you have started the business, now you just want to grow it. So again, you need some capital. So you can go to the MSME ministry and you can get the MSME loan through banks and financial institutions. That is a MSME grant, and that is at a lower interest rate you are getting it. Unsecured loan up to, if you are a manufacturing company, up to 5 crore you can take it. If you belong to the service sector, you can get up to 15 to 30 lakh rupees. So that will help you to grow further. Then you can convert your company, if it is a private limited, convert it to the public limited and go for private equity. आजकल प्राइवेट इक्विटी इजिली मिल जाती है, बहुत ज़्यादा समस्या नहीं है. इफ यू हैव गॉट अ गुड बिजनेस प्लान and if you have got a good business track record and you are doing proper what you say, that is reflective in your books of account, you can automatically get it. Now here I say, once you get this P, from here you should go on, and for expanding you go for the IPO. In yes, MSME sector segment only. So you come out with an IPO, and from that IPO, you can automatically go ahead further for your business. So if anyone wants to have their IPO, they need to move to the either MSME segment or to other. Now, in order to qualify, any person has to have at least 10 crore IPO and maximum of 25. 10 to 25 के बीच में होना चाहिए आपका IPO. इससे ऊपर का आप IPO नहीं ला सकते, because then you have to go to the main board. That's the first thing. Second, which is a problem also and which is a good thing also for MSME, rather I will say for the investor, कि MSME आपका पैसा लूट के भाग ना जाए. Because sometimes it happens that with the merchant banker others, you come out with an IPO, आपने पैसा इकट्ठा किया 25 करोड़, 5-6 करोड़ आपका खर्चा कर लिया आपने, क्योंकि आपको अगर धंधा नहीं करना तो आप निकल जाएंगे. So इन्वेस्टर बेचारा बर्बाद हो जाएगा, लूट जाएगा. So that is why a particular condition has been put that minimum 1 lakh rupees lot size has to be there. यानी कोई भी व्यक्ति who wants to invest into the MSME segment IPO has to apply lot size for at least 1 lakh. So कभी भी 1 lakh dot नहीं आता, it comes to 110, 15, 120, 125 like that. अब इसका ड्रॉबैक क्या है? You do not able to catch the retail investors, and that is why the trading does not take place in MSME segment. So आपकी जो वैल्यू अनलैकिंग है, जो वैल्यू एप्रिसिएशन होना चाहिए मार्केट में, वो नहीं हो पाता. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, if I have purchased a share by investing 1.25 lakh, so I need to search when secondary market after listing, this share has to be sold for 1,25,000 and plus. So the trading is not there, and the value does not increase that much. So you have to wait for 3 years at least to get a good decent return on that. The second condition is that it has to be the 100% underwriting. And out of this, the merchant banker who is giving you the underwriting, 15% he has to give on his own account. गोयल साहब, आपका डाउट कि वो पैसा दे पाएगा नहीं दे पाएगा, यहाँ पे कवर हो जाता है. तो 100% मैंडेटरी है, उसको देनी ही देनी गारंटी है. और जैसे 15% उसकी खुद की गारंटी, पर्सनल गारंटी, कैन नॉट डिनाई ऑन दैट. ओके. इसके अलावा आपकी कंपनी को मिनिमम 3 years प्रॉफिट मेकिंग चाहिए आउट ऑफ द लास्ट 5 years. देन पब्लिक शेयर होल्डिंग जो होनी चाहिए मिनिमम 25%, और कम से कम 50 इन्वेस्टर्स होने चाहिए. इट कैन बी मोर बट मिनिमम 50. एंड नो पोस्ट लिस्टिंग कंटिन्यूस रिक्वायरमेंट्स आर देयर, सो यू कैन ऑटोमेटिक. एंड एक और चीज है जो मैं जिसको अच्छा नहीं समझता, सेबी को उसको अवॉइड, इसको रिमूव करना चाहिए. ऑफर डॉक्यूमेंट इज नीड नॉट टू बी वेटेड बाय द सेबी. तो अगर सेबी वेट नहीं करता है तो सारा कुछ मर्चेंट बैंकर के ऊपर जाता है, वो कोई भी कॉक एंड बुल स्टोरी थमाए आपको पकड़ा देता है. सो आप फंस जाते हैं एज इन्वेस्टर. तो इसीलिए इन्वेस्टर अगर एक बार फंस गया, मैं आपको एक एग्जांपल देता हूँ. अशोक मसाले का आईपीओ आया, 10 रुपए का शेयर, इन्वेस्टर हैज परचेज्ड इट. 3 months के बाद कंपनी ने अपना नाम चेंज कर लिया और शेयर को डिवैल्यू करके 5 रुपए पे ले आए. अब बंदा ढूंढ रहा है, मेरी कंपनी अशोक मसाले थी, अलग से नाम कैसे रिफ्लेक्ट हो रहा मेरे पोर्टफोलियो में, अकाउंट में. तो वो परेशान, कहाँ बेचने जाए, 10 रुपए का शेयर रातों रात 5 रुपए का आ गया. सो दैट इज व्हाई इन्वेस्टर्स का दिमाग नहीं आता. सो अगर आपको, इफ यू वांट टू इन्वेस्ट इन दिस मार्केट, मैक्सिमम 25 करोड़ की कैपिटल आप आईपीओ ला सकते हैं, और मिनिमम 1 करोड़ का. इसके अलावा आपकी जो टेंजिबल एसेट्स हैं 1 करोड़ की होनी चाहिए. नेटवर्थ मिनिमम 1 करोड़ टू 3 करोड़ के बीच में होना चाहिए. और ट्रैक रिकॉर्ड तो आपको मैंने बताया कि 2 out of 2 years has to be the profit making for 3 previous years. Okay. और ये सारा जो मैंने गाइडलाइंस बताई, दैट इज ऑफ पोस्ट लिस्टिंग है. और एसएमई और ये दोनों ही गाइडलाइंस बीएससी और एमएससी पे ऑलमोस्ट सेम है, दे आर नॉट डिफरेंट. सो दे ऑल हैज कॉपीड फ्रॉम द सेबी. सेबी ने जो डायरेक्ट किया है, एज इट इज दे हैव पुट इट ऑन दैट चार्ट. नाउ अगर आप कंपेयर करते हैं एमएसएमई और मेन बोर्ड में, क्या डिफरेंस है? देखिए, मेन बोर्ड में अगर आपको जाना है तो कम से कम आपकी मिनिमम जो आईपीओ साइज होना चाहिए वो 10 करोड़ है और यहाँ पे 1 करोड़ है और मैक्सिमम 25। मेन बोर्ड में जो आईपीओ है उसकी मिनिमम अलॉटमेंट इज 1000 और एसएमई में 50। तो अगर आपको 50 लोग मिल गए ठीक ठाक से तो आपका आईपीओ कंप्लीट, और यहाँ पे 1000 होना चाहिए। आईपीओ अंडर राइटिंग मैंडेटरी नहीं है लार्ज मेन बोर्ड में, लेकिन एसएमई एक्सचेंज में 100% मैंडेटरी है। दूसरा आईपीओ ग्रेडिंग मेन बोर्ड में मैंडेटरी है लेकिन एसएमई सेगमेंट में मैंडेटरी नहीं है। इसके अलावा मैं बात करता हूं कि जो ट्रैक रिकॉर्ड है वो एमएसएमई सेक्टर में थोड़ा सा रिलैक्स किया है एक्सचेंज ने। ऑफर डॉक्यूमेंट की वेटिंग होती है मेन बोर्ड में और एमएसएमई में नहीं होती। इट इज ओनली द एक्सचेंज एंड द मर्चेंट बैंकर हु डज इट। आईपीओ का जो टाइम फ्रेम है ऑफिशियली इन केस ऑफ एसएमई सेगमेंट इट इज 2 to 3 मंथ। मैंने कहा 99 से 120 डेज आते हैं लगभग, और जो मेन बोर्ड का दैट इज अराउंड 6 to 7 मंथ लग जाते हैं। रिपोर्टिंग रिक्वायरमेंट क्वार्टरली है इन केस ऑफ मेन बोर्ड और एसएमई सेगमेंट में हाफ ईयरली है। तो ये दोनों ही एक अच्छी चीज है। अब आप देखिए फायदा क्या है, सबसे बड़ी बात जो जिसके लिए हम और आप बैठे हैं आज जानने के लिए, वो फायदा ये है एमएसएमई के में अगर आप लिस्ट करवा लेते हो, एक तो इजी कैपिटल और फंड अवेलेबिलिटी है। और लेकिन ये इजी कैपिटल कब है, जब आपके पास शुरुआत के 32 लाख रुपए हैं, 32 से 35 लाख रुपए। रेस्ट डिपेंडिंग ऑन दी आपकी जो आपस का निगोशिएशंस हो जाए उसके ऊपर डिपेंड करता है, लेकिन मिनिमम इतना कैपिटल आपके पास होने चाहिए, पैसा होना चाहिए जो आप मर्चेंट बैंकर को दे सकें डिफरेंट एक्टिविटीज के लिए। दूसरा क्या है कि आपको बिजनेस की जो वैल्यू है वो आप डाइल्यूट नहीं करते हैं। इट हेल्प यू इन मर्जर्स एंड एक्विजिशन, क्योंकि जब वंस यू इशू द शेयर इन मार्केट, so market value of the share will determine automatically what is your value. So better liquidity है तो आपके जो existing investors हैं they can exit and entry very fast, although that is not very easy being an MSME segment. I said the lot size is big, so every investor cannot come up, and so I have few suggestions on this count from the government, that government should reduce it to 25,000
okay
in place of 1 lakh, so that retail investor can participate. Abhi jo retail investor is not a retail investor because he's putting 1,25,000 and 1 lakh plus. Then आपको टैक्सेशन का फायदा है। अगर आप लोन लेते हो मार्केट से, वो एक तो आपकी कॉस्ट बढ़ा देता है, और अगर आपके शेयर्स लिस्टेड नहीं है देन यू ट्रांसफर इट तो 30% तक आपका टैक्स जाता है। लेकिन अगर आप लिस्ट हो जाएंगे तो आपको लगभग 15% का एसटीसीजी देना होता है, वो भी रिड्यूस रेट पे, और जो इक्विटी इन्फ्यूजन है उस पर कोई टैक्स नहीं सरकार को देना होता। दूसरा, डिस्ट्रेस बिजनेस परचेज करोगे तो उस पर भी सरकार आपको टैक्स नहीं लेती आपसे। इसके अलावा आप अपनी जो वर्थ है वो बढ़ा सकते हो, आप लोगों को बता सकते हो साहब हम लिस्टेड हैं, तो आपकी विजिबिलिटी बढ़ जाती है। सेकेंड, जो छोटी कंपनियों में प्रॉब्लम होता है, मान लीजिए कोई बच्चा एमबीए किया, he joins your company, he works with you for 3 years, he learns all the job. Right. अगर कोई बच्चा इंटेलिजेंट है तो वो 3 साल में कंपनी के बारे में बहुत कुछ, और जैसे ही वो जान जाता है he will move to some big company with that knowledge because he will be getting the double the package and then he leave your company. You are not able to retain the talent. अब अगेन आप एक नया बच्चा हायर करो, उसको सिखाओ, because you cannot pay huge money.
Right.
So in order to attract that kid and that boy or that girl with your business, आप उसे ESOP दे सकते हैं. Now he is also sure कि if I am getting an ESOPs, employee stock options,
right,
I will be able to sell it after 5 years or 6 years, whatever the lock-in period you decide in that. दूसरा, आपकी visibility बढ़ जाती है because when you put a report, it will be displayed here and there. Governance will be there, क्योंकि ये बड़ी प्रॉब्लम आती है छोटी कंपनियों के लिए.
Right, very true.
Yes sir. So लिस्टिंग से पहले तो उनके पास उन्हें कोई फॉर्मेलिटी वो करते नहीं है, बट द मोमेंट दे गेट लिस्टेड अब उनको सारी फॉर्मेलिटी करनी पड़ती है, बिकॉज यू हैव टू होल्ड द बोर्ड मीटिंग इन टाइम, यू हैव टू सबमिट द रिपोर्ट्स इन टाइम एटसेट्रा. सो दैट इज व्हाट हेल्प. एंड आजकल जो कंपनियां हैं जो भी आपको इस तरह के सपोर्ट करते हैं, वो एंड टू एंड सपोर्ट आपको करते हैं बाय डूइंग द हैंड होल्डिंग. सो वो आपको बेसिकली प्री आईपीओ कैपिटल, रिस्ट्रक्चरिंग प्रिपरेशन कैसे लेके आपके लिस्टिंग असिस्टेंस, प्रिपरेशन ऑफ ऑफर डॉक्यूमेंट एक्सेट्रा, वो सारा काम आपके हाथ से ले लेते हैं. अब अगर आप में से कोई एनी पर्सन वांट्स टू गो फॉर द एसएमई आईपीओ, सो पहली चीज तो है यू हैव टू सर्च ए गुड मर्चेंट बैंकर. नाउ हाउ टू सर्च ए गुड मर्चेंट बैंकर? सबसे पहला चीज, ask him what are the IPOs he handled. Get a list.
Past IPOs they have handled.
IPOs he has handled, MSME IPOs, not
Right.
the large cap. लार्ज कैप और एमएसएमई की ब्रांडिंग इज इंटायरली डिफरेंट, दोनों सेम नहीं है. क्योंकि जो लार्ज कंपनी है उसके बारे में जनरली लोगों को पता होता है, द पीपल नो अबाउट दैट विच इज कंपनी एंड व्हाट द वेबसाइट, व्हाट द प्रोडक्ट एटसेट्रा. बट एमएसएमई कंपनी के बारे में 90% पीपल डजंट नो. तो उसकी मार्केटिंग एक अलग स्टाइल से की जाती है. दैट एंड यू हैव टू find out the segment where you need to market about that company so that you can get the proper investment and value. Then the second step is the restructuring the capital. अगर कंपनी के पास उतने शेयर्स नहीं है, then hold a meeting and then alter the MOA and do it. So restructuring the capital is another. Then you need to carry out the due diligence, because I already said that there are lot many the paperworks are not ready with the these companies. So get those paperworks ready, and pre-IPO preparation has to be started by you. So for that purpose, first you need to listen the story from the promoter.
Sure.
I give you one example. Very recently, nowadays I'm consulting to one known person and helping him to stand his 7 new startups.
Okay.
So I just asked him that dear SK, you will not be having that much time to give it to me. So you just record your story about these 7 startups and why you want to do it. Record your story and send it to me. Then I will listen and then I will prepare a plan out about that. And then I will come back to you. So first listen the story. And if a merchant banker says, no, I will do it by own myself, just give him a cup of tea and say, thank you, sir. Because vision आपका है, कंपनी आपकी है, मर्चेंट बैंकर की नहीं है. एक बार लिस्ट हो गई, उसने प्राइस मेकिंग कर दी, वो 6 months के बाद तू कौन खाम वाली कहानी, ही विल आउट, आपका बिजनेस अटक जाएगा. सो बेसिकली दैट पर्सन मस्ट बी रेडी टू लिसन योर विजन. क्योंकि देखिए द माइंडसेट ऑफ एन एंटरप्रेन्योर, माइंडसेट ऑफ ए प्रोफेशनल, दीज आर 2 things. एंटरप्रेन्योर दिल से सोचेगा और जो प्रोफेशनल वो यहाँ से सोचता, दोनों के बीच में मैच होना चाहिए. So first he should be ready to listen your, then he will prepare the offer document. Always see the offer document, what he's saying. Then marketing strategy is to determine, because I said that SME segment will different hona chahiye. Then appointment, he will appoint, this merchant banker will appoint banker to the issue, transfer agents, and then they will file the offer document, and these legal attorneys. Legal attorney is high court advocate. अपना ये पटियाला हाउस वाला नहीं चलेगा बंदा. He has to be the registered at high court, है ना. वो कई बार एडवोकेट्स लिखते हैं हाई कोर्ट एंड पटियाला हाउस. नो सर, आप हाई कोर्ट के नहीं है. हाई कोर्ट का में आपका रजिस्टर्ड नाम होना चाहिए, दैट यू आर रजिस्टर्ड एडवोकेट एट हाई कोर्ट. तो अगर वहां के बार के मेंबर हैं, देन ओनली यू आर कॉल्ड हाई कोर्ट एडवोकेट. सो मार्केटिंग, यू हैव टू अपॉइंट ऑल दीज थिंग्स, एंड देन आपको अपने डॉक्यूमेंट फाइल करिए with the NSC and BSC, wherever you want to do it. Nowadays, it is good to file it at both, because that gives you trading opportunity at both places.
Okay.
Then you have to come out with book building or fixed price. There are 2 methods of coming out with IPO. आप अपने शेयर का पूरा प्राइस खुद ही बता दीजिए कि मेरा 10 रुपए का शेयर है फेस वैल्यू के, I will sell it 150. That's one. Second, you come out with a book building process whereby bidding you finalize that the share value is 150 to 160 or 145 to 150, whatever. It can be 30-40 also, it can be 10-12 also. So whatever the value you want to have it, that value you can keep it.
Right.
Then the listing process starts. So अगर आप बात करते हैं, अब जो गोयल साहब का एक कष्ट था कि इतने डॉक्यूमेंटेशन कैसे करते हैं. अगर आप ये मर्चेंट बैंकर आपको ठीक ठाक मिल जाता है, अच्छा मर्चेंट बैंकर, then what it does it? He will assist you in devising appropriate capital restructure plan. वो बताएगा कि how to have the proper capital. यानी आपके सारे norms under the company law 2013,
right.
listing agreement जो exchange के साथ है, BSC के listing norms, NSC के listing norms, SEBI के ICDR rules, agreement with underwriters, market makers, registrar to the issue, banker to the issue and PR agencies. इन सब के साथ वो एग्रीमेंट करेगा और बेस्ड ऑन दैट ही विल डिफाइन कि आपका आईपीओ स्टार्ट. वंस ये सारी चीज हो जाएंगी, देन सेकंड स्टेप ही स्टार्ट्स विद डॉक्यूमेंटेशन. तो उसमें आईपीओ ऑफर डॉक्यूमेंट, ट्राई पार्टी एग्रीमेंट विद एनएसडीएल एंड सीडीएसएल, अंडरराइटर एग्रीमेंट, मार्केट मेकिंग एग्रीमेंट, बैंकर्स एग्रीमेंट, रजिस्ट्रार के साथ एग्रीमेंट आपका, देन लेटर ऑफ रिप्रेजेंटेशन, और जितने फॉर्म है वो सारे के सारे तैयार होंगे. और उनके बाद जब ये सब बन जाएंगे फिर वो ऑफर डॉक्यूमेंट पे आएगा एंड देन द ऑफर डॉक्यूमेंट विल बी प्रिपेयर्ड. और फिर उस ऑफर डॉक्यूमेंट में आपका कैश फ्लो कैसे होगा, कंपनी के साथ जो डिस्कशन आप वो करेगा, यानी एडवाइजरी कमेटी वगैरह, ये सारी चीजें बना के जो है, देन ही विल कम आउट विद द ऑफर डॉक्यूमेंट एंड ऑफर मैनेजमेंट विल बी डन. देन फिर वंस यू आर देयर, देन फिर वो लिस्टिंग के लिए प्रोसेस चालू करेगा एंड देन लिस्टिंग के लिए बात करेगा. सो कंप्लीटिंग द अलॉटमेंट ऑफ शेयर, जो भी अलॉटीज हैं, देन लिस्टिंग एप्लीकेशन स्टॉक एक्सचेंज के साथ फाइल करेगा, देन फॉलो अप कि आपका टाइम से लिस्ट हो जाए, और उसके बाद भी प्राइस मेकिंग करता रहता है. सो वो मार्केट के बाद भी 3 years तक ही हैज टू डू इट विद यू, एटलीस्ट 3 years. तो 3 साल में कंपनी मेन बोर्ड पे आ जाती है. तो वंस इट कम टू द मेन बोर्ड, वो वहां प्राइस मेकिंग उसको लिस्ट करवा के देन ही कैन गो फॉर एग्जिट रूट. अब जब सेबी की हम बात करते हैं तो उस केस में लिस्टिंग एग्रीमेंट वगैरह दिए हुए हैं. तो मैं आपको एक टाइमलाइन बता देता हूं कि अगर कोई कंपनी अपने आप को प्राइवेट कंपनी है आज और अपने आप को पब्लिक लिमिटेड कंपनी में कन्वर्ट कर लेती है, मान लीजिए आज की डेट में, तो उसके बाद उसको कन्वर्जन के डॉक्यूमेंट वगैरह अगले 7 दिनों में आरओसी के पास जमा कराने, यानी आरओसी रजिस्ट्रार ऑफ कंपनीज. आरओसी आपको 9th डे एप्लीकेशन जमा करा के 9th डे X+9 डे वो आपको आरओसी अपना अप्रूवल दे देगी. उसके बाद आप 11th डे से पहले पहले आपको रजिस्ट्रार एंड ट्रांसफर एजेंट अपॉइंट करने हैं. फिर 14th डे पे से पहले आपको एनएसडीएल एंड सीडीएसएल में अपने आप को रजिस्टर करवाना है. एंड देन 17th डे में आपको कमिटीज बनानी है, जो ऑडिट एंड शेयर होल्डर ग्रीवेंस कमेटी. देन आपको 21st डे तक आते आते यू नीड टू हैव द होस्टिंग कोड ऑफ कंडक्ट फ्रॉम द वेबसाइट. एनएसडीएल और सीडीएसएल के साथ आपको आईएसएन, जो इंडिविजुअल सिक्योरिटी आइडेंटिफिकेशन नंबर है, दैट यू टेक ऑन 24th डे. फिर आपको अपॉइंटमेंट ऑफ ऑडिटर्स एक्सेट्रा अगर पहले से नहीं है तो, सो वो 26th डे तक यू हैव टू डू इट. रेड हियरिंग प्रॉस्पेक्टस आपको फाइल करना है एक्सचेंज के पास 33 डेज में. 38 डेज में डीआरएचपी फाइल करना है. देन 75th में आरओसी के पास आपको अपना प्रॉस्पेक्टस फाइल करना है. देन 87th day final prospectus with the stock exchange. So this entire process take X+99 days and 100 days. ये एक बार आपका पूरा हो गया, फिर आपका आईपीओ का जो गिनती के 3-4 दिन होते हैं वो स्टार्ट होते हैं. So it takes almost 120 days अगर कंपनी मैनेजमेंट प्रमोटर दोनों साथ में काम करते हैं तो ये 120 डेज में कंप्लीट हो जाता है प्रोसेस. Maximum it goes to 150 days and say 3 to 6 months.
I think 120 days.
Yes, sir.
Fair enough. So it was good. You explained the process, Dr. Agnihotri, and a lot of things are clear. Coming back to Mr. Goel, in fact, paperwork is not only there in IPO. In any case of funding which you go for, we have seen documentation and paperwork is wanted.
Right.
And as you rightly pointed out, Dr. Agnihotri, if the person is not serious, whom you have taken up for creating the documentation and helping you create the process, will be doing a very, very shoddy job and it will not help out. In fact, I'm just sharing an experience which happened with me yesterday when I came back to a business meeting to which me and Mr. Goel traveled. One of the company's promoter, he has been sitting with one of the gentlemen in Gurgaon for the last 4 months, creating a proposal. And finally, when he got the proposal, he passed it on to me, saying that, Sandeep, the proposal is not prepared properly. So let's sit on the weekend and draft it out to give it a proper shape. So exactly what you mentioned, the person should be ready to listen to your story and your vision. Very important. Coming back to...
Yeah. Now, if you permit me, I will tell you some expenditure which are fixed and approved by the SEBI also.
Before I come to that, Dr. Agnihotri, I just want to check up with Mr. Goel. Mr. Goel, anything which you want to point out at this stage?
Like Dr. Agnihotri said a couple of things. Now, one is that you have outruled a new startup possibilities to go on SME board. That is for sure. So a company has to be in existence for minimum 5 years. Is that what you are saying? Minimum 5 years of operation is required?
Minimum 3 years. Minimum 3 years.
Okay. And the 3 years, like generally I've seen most of the MSMEs are built in a partnership model. In a model. So they are not private limited or they are not limited. So will that be counted or that is been treated separately?
No, that will be separate.
Then
You need to get it converted yourself into the company first and then the business will start. उसका एक बाया मीडिया है कि आप एक कंपनी क्रिएट करें, then partnership firm को उसमें acquire कर लें, then previous business will be counted.
Okay. So new company will be created and you can acquire the partnership or proprietorship so that this period can be.
That will be counted into the business.
All right. So this is a new input from you. Thank you. And when we talk about these merchant bankers, so
Yes.
how do they source individual investors? Is it up to the promoter or to the merchant banker? I mean, because I've seen SME IPOs, when generally people do not come to know about them, and those are subscribed, or sometimes they come and go.
So actually, Goel sir, what happens when we come out with a IPO? Very recently, before sorry, not recently, before this lockdown, I myself has come out with one IPO. I helped them. So we have kept a party. ये मार्केटिंग का टूल है, जैसे खर्चा ये प्रमोटर को ही देना होता है. So we hosted a party for all the big investors, HNIs especially, who are in Delhi NCR, and the brokers that we are coming, and the presentation was given by the promoters in that, and then after that the dinner was there. So after the dinner, when the IPO comes, you have the numbers of all those, so you give them the masses, and then the people come to know, and वो easily subscribe हो जाता है. It is not an that much issue. आपको 50 बंदे चाहिए हैं सब्सक्राइब करने के लिए. So basically you get more than that, and now the SME IPOs are also get fully funded on the day 1. So day 2 and day 3 is generally the surplus you are getting. So that is not a problem nowadays. It was earlier, it was a problem, but अगर मैंने इसीलिए कहा ना, मर्चेंट बैंकर को पता होना चाहिए कि किसको पिच करना है.
Exactly.
अगर मर्चेंट बैंकर को पता नहीं कि किसको पिच करना है, कहाँ करना है, आप टीवी पे देते रहिए, आएगा ही नहीं बंदा. So that is what you know the investment centers कहाँ हैं. तो एक प्रेजेंटेशन जैसे दिल्ली में रखवाया आपने, followed by the lunch dinner. एक आपने मुंबई में रखवा लिया, एक आपने जयपुर में रखवा दिया, एक आपने पुणे या इंदौर में रखवा लिया. आपका आईपीओ पहले दिन ही सब्सक्राइब हो जाएगा, दूसरे दिन की जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी. सो दैट इज व्हाट, वो खर्चा अलग से है. वो खर्चा है जो मैं अभी बताने जा रहा था, उस खर्चे में नहीं शामिल होगा.
All right.
Sure.
Please. I have, Dr. Saab, like if some company is running, let's say for last 3 to 5 years, what is the turnover after which they cannot go for SME segment?
देखिए, अगर आप 20 करोड़ से ऊपर क्रॉस कर जाएंगे, फिर नहीं है आपके लिए एलिजिबल. आप
20 करोड़ से लिमिट,
हाँ, वो आप नहीं कर सकते, फिर आपको नहीं जाना. हाउएवर अभी सरकार ने इस बजट में लिमिट्स बढ़ाई हैं, लेकिन सेबी ने अपने डॉक्यूमेंट्स को चेंज नहीं किया अभी उसके हिसाब से. दे नीड टू चेंज इट.
ओके.
जैसे एमएसएमई की जो डेफिनेशन है, दैट इज आल्सो चेंज्ड बाय द गवर्नमेंट इन दिस बजट. दे हैव इंक्रीज द लिमिट फॉर ऑल दिस, बट वो अभी तक सेबी ने उसको इम्प्लीमेंट नहीं किया है. सो दैट इज अ प्रॉब्लम व्हिच सेबी नीड टू डू इट. वो अभी तक वो पुराने अपने लास्ट ईयर के ढर्रे पे चल रहे हैं. So that is not being changed till now.
So that is still 20 now.
Yeah, it's still 20.
And for our international viewers, like the SME board, what you said is there in India with VSC and NSE both. So is the similar boards available outside India as well?
No, you cannot. Outside India, it is not the NSE emerge. is not there, and BSc is also not there, but you can, other government, other countries are providing. Say for example, Canada is a pioneer in this field, so their stock exchanges are providing listing opportunity for MSME sector, and we have copied a lot of system from the Canada in this particular case.
Okay.
So similar structures are there in other countries as well.
Yeah, this system is there in other countries.
All right, Sandeep.
Okay. Yes, Dr. Arvindri, you can share with us the top line expenses which you wanted to
Okay.
discuss, please.
See, the lead manager to the issue is approved expenditure, and that is what I'm saying. He charge you 20 lakh rupees. Legal advisor charge you 2 lakh rupees. Registrar and transfer agent, CDSL, NSDL fees is around 1 lakh rupees. Stock exchange filing is 50,000. Peer review auditors fee is 2 lakh rupees. In allotment, ASBA, etc., and the bankers collection, 50,000 rupees. Stationery and out-of-pocket expenditure is around 50,000. Listing allotment is 50,000. Statutory advertisement cost 2,50,000. Printing charges 1 lakh for prospectus application 1,50,000, and for issue below 10 crore, आपका software expenses is 1,50,000 and others 1,50,000. So लगभग 35 लाख रुपीस का बजट है मिनिमम. ये एक तरह से आप मान लीजिए सेबी और एनएससी और बीएससी अप्रूव करते हैं, लेकिन इतने में काम होता नहीं साहब. इट कम आउट टू बी अराउंड प्लस दिस. अगर आपको अच्छा रिटर्न चाहिए, यानी आपको अपना शेयर जो आपकी वैल्यू है उससे ज्यादा ऊपर पे बेचना है, सो यू नीड टू एक्सपेंड एटलीस्ट 50 लाख रुपीस ओवर एंड एबव. तो उसके बाद ही आपको अच्छा रिटर्न मिल जाता है. तो आपका अगर शेयर मान लीजिए उसकी वैल्यू 10 रुपए का शेयर 25 रुपए की वैल्यू आ रही है, आप उसको 50 रुपए के आसपास बेच सकते हो मार्केट में. ये दूसरी बात है कि लिस्टिंग के बाद फिर नीचे आ जाएगा वो कुछ दिनों में, बट अदरवाइज दैट इज आपको रिटर्न ठीक ठाक दे जाता है, आपका अपना फायदा हो जाता है.
Okay. At least you.
I have another query.
Yes.
What is the basis of like setting up the share price, like with respect to, let's say, 10 to 15 crore rupees of turnover? I mean, if somebody wants ki I will list out my 10 rupees share in let's say 300 rupees or 200 rupees, is there a benchmarking which has been taken care?
Sir, it is not the benchmarking actually nowadays. Nowadays we first calculate your free cash flow.
Yes.
And we divide by the number of shares. And then we find out if there is some listing peer is there not, we compare with that. And based on that, we decide your price. And then we give it to the qualified investors and ask them to give you the what price they want to give it to you. So based on all this, we determine that whether to go ahead with this or not. So that is what we do it in this. And but again, there are something unwritten practices, something are written practices. So we do it in written practices also, unwritten practices also. Unwritten practices मैंने आपको बता दिया that you have to give lunch or dinner party, and based on that आपको ठीक ठाक प्रीमियम मिल जाता है अपने शेयर्स पे. अगर आपने वहां कंजूसी करी तो फिर आपका लिस्टिंग थोड़ी सी सस्ती होगी, तो आपको ही नुकसान है. फिर वो पैसा उतना आता नहीं जितना आपको चाहिए, तो आपका पैसा आएगा नहीं. सो देन इट नीडेड कि आप कम से कम you should be able to hold the companies, and that help you to grow overall.
One thing, Sandeep ji, you must have having an academician professor on board.
Yes.
To see a different kind of hearing where everything is shared in crystal clear, and he does not mind naming companies and naming people, because what we do in classroom context.
No, very true, very true. So it's important.
The kind of details he has given for every stationery and this and that. So it was wonderful for us to hear that out.
Very true, very true. And see, it makes a lot of sense for companies where we have been interacting, which for years have been running between 50 crores plus 40 crores, 80 crores. It's a good opportunity with the market evolving, growing, maturing, getting a listing getting
See,
all the
this
paperwork
stock
done.
market is bull run is going to continue.
It has
ये
to.
मोटी मोटी सी बात है.
It's a
India
growing
has seen,
economy. We are a growing economy. It has to.
India has seen the COVID-19 market has collapsed. Stand still. इससे ज़्यादा बुरा दिन आ नहीं सकता. अभी जिन लोगों के पास भी पैसा है, they wants to invest into the market. First thing. Second, businessman, he was sitting at home for 1 year, was not doing anything. He also want to do something.
Yes.
Government wants to have a revenue and taxation because उनको भी अपना खर्चा चलाना है. So they have to come out in support of the businessman only now. And Modi
Yes.
साहब is doing in that segment, अच्छा काम कर रहे हैं.
Right.
तो अगले 5 साल मैं देखता हूँ, 4 से 5 साल के ठीक ठाक इकोनॉमी का है. बस एक ही चिंता है मेरी स्टॉक मार्केट में, दैट इज दिस बॉन्ड यील्ड.
Okay.
अगर ये बॉन्ड यील्ड यूएस वाली एक 20 से ऊपर पहुंच जाती, 1.20 प्लस 125 समथिंग, और इधर यूके में भी, तो फिर वहां पे समस्या आएगी. उसके कारण उनके प्रॉब्लम्स में, ड्यू टू द यूएस एंड यूके प्रॉब्लम, वी विल बी सफरिंग. देन मार्केट से लिक्विडिटी गायब हो जाएगी. अदरवाइज बिजनेस एंड इकोनॉमी में आई डोंट थिंक देयर इज अ यूज सम सेटबैक इज गोइंग टू कम.
No, no.
वैसे हिस्टोरिकली हम कुछ फंडामेंटल्स, कुछ फैक्ट्स पढ़ते रहते हैं. सो वी आर ऑन द वर्ज ऑफ दैट कोलैप्स, कि मार्केट में कोलैप्स आना चाहिए. स्टॉक मार्केट में लगभग 40 to 50% के आसपास आना चाहिए. लेकिन वो प्योरली सेकंड मार्केट, सेकेंडरी मार्केट है. प्राइमरी मार्केट से उसका कोई लेना देना नहीं है. कि जब कोलैप्स हो, आप आईपीओ लेके ना हो, उसको डिफर कर दो 3 महीने आगे, क्या परेशानी है.
Right.
सो दैट इज देयर. यानी देखिए, एमएसएमई आईपीओ, कोई भी आईपीओ लाना है आपको, प्रमोटर भी अच्छा होना चाहिए और मर्चेंट बैंकर भी अच्छा होना चाहिए. मतलब दोनों के पास दिमाग और दिल दोनों होने चाहिए.
Right.
देन दे कैन कम आउट विद. अगर वो केवल रट्टा मार गए, मतलब नहीं साहब हम तो इतने में ही करेंगे, आपसे 35 लाख में बात हुई थी, 32 में ही कर दो, वो 32 कहीं ना कहीं एडजस्ट करेगा दाएं बाएं, वहां मार देगा आपको. तो फिर वो आपका नुकसान है. मान लीजिए आप उसको 32 का 50 दे देते हैं, और उसको को साहब ये आप आईपीओ मुझे इतने का दे रहे, तब इतने शेयर पे इतना दिला दो, तो फिर वो पैसा वहां बढ़ा लेता है. तो एज ए बिजनेसमैन आपके लिए फायदा है, और उसका भी ट्रैक रिकॉर्ड अच्छा होता है कि भाई बड़ा आईपीओ है, ज्यादा प्रीमियम दिया है, तो ही वर्क्स विद दैट मोर स्ट्रांगली ऑन दैट. So that is what my overall suggestion on this.
Very important. So it was very, very enriching and very informative, and it's a good opportunity. So while we are continuing, I would request our viewers, if you have any queries, you can unmute yourself and raise your query, or you can put it on the chat. We will be happy to answer if you have any queries as such. And see, documentations, as we have been seeing all across, documentation and paperwork, I feel no company or no entrepreneur should be worried about or concerned about. Because if they are in place, as Dr. Agnihotri mentioned, it makes things very easy to take forward. Not only that, parameters like having the books clean, getting a listing, having a valuation very easily available, brings in investors, brings in equity participation. It makes a lot of sense to expand a business comfortably. That's very, very critical. We haven't got any. Dr. Agnihotri, if you can unmute.
Just saying,
Huh.
two mindsets when the promoter startup is business. Now,
Yes.
startup is been started with the mindset of business for valuation. And in older days, the business was started for profit and the profit to promoters. So when you have a subject which is business profit for the promoters, the balance sheets are not maintained as per valuation and IPO purposes. So this transformation probably a lot of awareness like Dr. Agnihotri is creating through his own channels, and probably a lot of people are talking to MSMEs, and a lot of awareness is spreaded by the government as well. So
Very true.
Mindset for profit and mindset for IPO is all together two different things. So one has to understand that people who are doing it for business as a family business or for their own profits. So their balance sheets and documents will definitely take time for professional to clean them up and to make them ready for the IPO.
It takes. It takes.
I think we have a query from Bhupesh Narula ji. I welcome him. He's our assistant governor for 2021-22 of our Rotary Zone. Sandeep ji.
Right. Dr. Agnihotri, the question from Mr. Narula is, what about penalties and default clause on decrease in share price from 10 to 5 after 3 months?
See, if you have got come out with some restructuring plans, so you can take an approval from the exchange and SEBI, and then that penalty clause can be avoided on that. So the case which I told you, in that case, basically they have entered into that arrangement and they were able to get it waived off. So basically, again, the same thing. If you have got a good merchant banker, he will plan everything in advance. But that your story should be with that person. अगर आपकी स्टोरी उसको नहीं पता है, आपके विजन उसको नहीं पता है, then you will not be able to get a good result from that person.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sir, I have a question again.
Please.
I'm Bhupesh Narula. I've just asked you. Then what about the investors?
Sure, investors has
How can they safeguard themselves? Because like Mr. Ravinder Goyal has asked, that share price he will take as 300 and then bring it down. Then what will be the investor point of view? Will it not be a fraud with the investor? Can he make a complaint to that effect? Because I think SEBI is observing more than 10% or 15%, there will be a problem if there's a share price decrease or increase.
So, in case, if I share, if you go on the website of the MSM, this BSC NSE, and if you see there, the IPOs issued in MSME IPOs issued in 2018 and 2019 and 20 and 21. Many of them are today below 50%. And some of them are at only 20%. See, that is why the SEBI has introduced the clause. और वो जो point आप करें, that is only with regard to the main board. In SME segment, that is why the lot size has been done 1 lakh. That minimum application money has to be the 1 lakh rupees. Because so that some investors who have the confident experience, they can come to the market, they can analyze it. Not that everyone and everybody can come to the market, to this segment, because there is a huge risk involved. Many times some new companies comes and they do not have that capability. But again, वही मैंने जो आपको बताई बात के, it is about the marketing. With the marketing, you get the money. So because this presentation was more of the promoter side rather than the investor side, because it is on the question of funding rather than on the question of investment. So that is why I pointed the whole presentation towards that side. So as a businessman, मान लीजिए भूपेश नरूला जी is a businessman, आपको आइडियली मिलना चाहिए तो 10 करोड़ रुपए, आपको 10 के 20 करोड़ मिल गए, आपकी जेब में तो पैसे आ गए. अगर आप में बिजनेस करने की कैपेबिलिटीज हैं, यू विल यूज दैट 20 करोड़ वेरी ब्यूटीफुली. और अगर आपको भागने का मन है तो गॉड नोज, इंडिया में माल्या जी हैं, नीरव मोदी जी हैं, कई लोग हैं, और ये तो कुछ नाम है साहब, बहुत से लोग हैं जो पैसा लेके भाग गए. और ये दो के तो नाम बदनाम है, कई ऐसे लाइन में है. आप एनपीए की डिफॉल्टर लिस्ट देखें साहब आप, तो पता लगेगा कि हमने और आपने जो बैंकों में पैसा जमा कर रखा है वो कितनी बड़ी रिस्क पे है. जी सर.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Smirula. Do we have any other questions from anybody?
I think it's done and 4:11, so probably.
Yes. I was just checking out. We don't have any query.
Yeah. Because I have a class also, so that I need to log in.
Yes, that was a good, an important question.
Narula sir was many times in
Yes.
the segment. It is a fact.
It's a fact.
पैसा लेके भाग जाती हैं, मतलब भाग के जाती हैं, वो शेयर बिकते ही नहीं है, 10 रुपए का शेयर 2 रुपए में रह जाता है।
No, no, sure, sure,
तो
sure.
वो 2 साल बाद बंदे के लिए परेशानी होती है, इन्वेस्टर है। आई गिव यू एन
Right.
एग्जांपल, वन ऑफ माय ओन फ्रेंड, मैंने उनको आईपीओ में पैसे लगाने के लिए कहा कि डॉक्टर साहब पैसे लगा दिए, इग्नो के प्रोफेसर हैं। मैं कहा 10 रुपए का आ रहा है, 1 लाख रुपए है और मार्केट खुलते ही 1.25 में खुलेगा, बेच देना। भाई साहब एक लेक्चर ले रहे थे, ही वॉज नॉट एबल टू सेल। अगले दिन वो 10 रुपए के हिसाब पे गया और अपनी वाइफ के नहीं बेच पाए। नतीजा ये कि आज वो 40,000 रुपए में पड़ा हुआ है। सो ही वाज आस्किंग मी फ्यू डेज बैक, अनुराग उसका क्या करना? मैं कहा रख के बैठे हुए तो मेन बोर्ड पे नहीं जाता, इसका कोई भला नहीं होने वाला है।
It
तो
happens.
वो रिस्क है बहुत बड़ी।
Well, let's check. Let's check.
Again,
It was great. It was
Yeah.
great, Dr. Agnihotri, having you on this session today. It was quite informative. And I think this is a very, very important area. And we will have more of similar kind of sessions. And we look forward to having a detailed session with you, Dr. Agnihotri,
thank you, sir.
for our entrepreneurs who are interested. And we'll organize that. Thanks, everybody. Thank you, Mr. Goel. Thank you, Dr. Agnihotri, once again.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Mr. Narula, for raising the queries. We'll catch up again next week.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Till such time, bye to everybody.
Thank you.
Bye.